Before sunrise, the ice is already alive. For some, it's practice. For others, it's freedom.
Okay, that was the best one.
So I was 3 years old, saw it on the TV, and I said, that's what I want to do.
Okay, so one, check out that position. It's pretty good.
And then physical therapy said no until I was 7.
Determination can look a lot like a promise you refuse to break.
Daisha was born just under 9 weeks premature. So at 4 months old, she was in physical therapy. She would literally pull her arms in and then just not move for sometimes 2 days.
For years, the signs were there, just not the answers. And then in 6th grade, the questions got harder to ignore.
Kids started asking her things like, are you deaf? You know, are you, when they'd use the R word that we don't like to use in my house, they'd ask her if she's intellectually delayed, and she was like, no. And so she came home one day in the 6th grade and she was like, I just need to know what's wrong with me.
So they made a deal.
I was like, if we start the path, we finish the path.
It would be the longest program of their lives. No 2-minute mark, no final spin, just forward.
One of the hospitals in the nation gave us a 2-year wait list before they would even call and give us an appointment. 3 other children's hospitals said, we don't even know, we're not even going to see her.
Fall after fall, but they'd keep getting back up.
Finally ended up calling Boston Children, and they were like, well, it sounds a bit different, but you know what, we'll see her, and we can see her in 6 weeks. December 13th of 2019. Certain days in your life you just remember, right?
Traumatic brain injury.
An answer doesn't erase the years, but it can change what comes next.
Her being, and this is no joke, I mean dead last for 5 years, 6 years, and not stopping. She loves this sport. She loves figure skating. She loves how she feels out there.
So the story became bigger than one skater.
Actually, I remember being overseas and Beth called me up and said, can you help me come up with some sort of track for a skater like Daisha?
Years of work, one goal.
We were able to get phase 1 of para-athletes track put together, and it's called Skate United at the U.S. Figure Skating.
With a track in place, there was still a question. Who else is out there? Turns out, Beth wasn't the only mother looking.
I started skating when I was 4 years old.
3 years of practice, 3 years of progress, and then everything stopped.
When I was 7, I got a stroke and is it cardiac arrest?
Cardiac arrest, yeah.
Yeah.
2 of them. We lived in hospital for a couple of months.
When Vilma finally came home, she had to relearn everything. Walking, talking, moving.
You were very persistent and set on getting back on skates. We were not as much.
It took like 2 months and then I was on skates again.
We were not maybe fans of the idea because, you know, it's slippery and it's hard and it's cold and, you know, if you don't have full mobility.
But then something unexpected happened.
But it was really cool in the sense that you could do things on the ice that were so much more advanced than what you could actually in some ways do on ground. You could not balance on one leg or stay still on one leg on ground, but you could do spins on the ice.
On the ice, the rules were different.
I felt like I was free when I stood on the ice and I could do much more things that I could not do out of the ice.
But just like in America, the competitive ice wasn't open to her.
The system in Sweden was not adaptive.
Bad.
So as your friends got passed different tests and skill sets and things like that, and they could start to compete, you couldn't.
So Loda started searching. 2 mothers, 2 countries, 2 daughters who needed the same thing, and one organization that said yes.
Everything was about, you know, enabling you to take part and enabling you to have a positive experience.
But founder Margarita Sweeney Baird wasn't just creating competitions, she was building a foundation. The goal? Get para-figure skating into the Paralympic Games.
When we started this process in 2020, you had to have 2 years worth of world events with 9 or more countries participating solidly for that 2 years.
Build the system, prove the demand, make it undeniable.
December of 2024, they were able to submit to Paralympics to see if we would become potentially a sport.
Years of work, uncertain outcomes, no guarantees. So why do it?
So other people can. I feel like that's a simple answer. I kind of accepted I probably wouldn't go to the Olympics in my lifetime.
I want to show the world what I can do.
The submission is in. The athletes are ready now. The world needs to answer.